It's 1:05 p.m. up 1:06 p.m. Sunday, February 14th, 2021. The video I'm going to show you right now is a collection of some of the videos off of YouTube that actually show you proof of ETs, and I explain it rather well. Now, before I go any further, I want to bring something up. These spheres and clusters that, I say we, Deanna and I sell them. We're involved in this together, but it's her business. I bought the spiritualfoundation.com many years ago, and I knew it was going to be meant for a special person. That's Deanna. We're not the only ones who do this stuff. There's many other people on this planet that are very strong and have great abilities. No one has my strength, and for Deanna being a source family, being of the beings that came from Lily and I, her and her other half, they're the strongest of that group. And when you have male source putting their energy into something and female source putting their energy into something, it's very strong. And I don't do consults anymore because I still have tons of energy, but that's all. And that's the only reason that I'm still alive, that this body's still alive. Remember, you are the spirit that's in the body, not the body. When you hook up medical equipment, EKG and stuff, to your physical body, that's you, the spirit, as it's read, having to go through the body. And then when your body dies, when you as a person dies, the personality you are, it literally is already bonded with, has become part of the spirit that's with you inside the body. And then you come out of that, dead body, and then you go into yourself. So anyway, as you look at the videos, relax. Let your mind be nothing but calm. Take 2 or 3 deep, full breaths. Don't suck in the clouds. Just take a nice full breath and just let it go naturally. Just all natural. Just take 2 or 3 common breaths and then go into it with an open mind. Here's the video and some good information. And that came out after the Drock put out. I put that on video too. I'll try to connect. I will connect that to the end of this video. At the end of this video, for the end annotations and stuff, I'll put that video out there. Now, what I said, it was I even gave the name of the like a moon asteroid. It's a physical rock body that the main generator was put on, but there was several of them spread around. From just a bit outside Mars, the Drock equipment was put up, and it was literally a force field that you could not go through. If you did, say goodbye to your life and your vehicle. Now, that's not what happened with this. Okay, with this thing coming in, you'll see earlier. Let's see if I can get it right now. Excuse me. If I can back up just a little. Oops. We'll see it in a minute. Okay, you see how something broke loose here? That's literally one of the engines falling off. This particular vehicle here, they went interdimensional. Okay, they were trying to escape the embargo put up on, actually it's for Earth, but like I said, it actually went just past Venus, just past Mars. I'm sorry if I said Venus earlier. I got Venus on the brain. There's stuff going on there right now with the U.S. government, where they have devices on there to, it's like early detection devices for things coming nearby, and they're right at this very moment they're being enhanced to go further. Earth's free. It's everything's opening up now.
Pretty soon we'll be part of this new alliance that just took out the Federation. Anyway, it kind of dismantled it. It wasn't, going somewhere and blowing something up. Anyway, now, there's some other folks here that are like police that came here from really far away. It's like space police. Don't have the name for it, don't want it, don't care. That's basically what they're doing. They're helping to maintain in space, not here, but in space, a policing force. I don't know what to call it, okay? And people, at this point, there were other folks that were involved in the quarantine of the Earth and the neighboring area. These people tried to leave. They went interdimensional. They were a little bit farther away. They went interdimensional. There was a ship there waiting. They went into it, and they wouldn't stop. They took off, so the ship fired on them. And as soon as the ship fired on them, then, excuse me, they immediately had car problems, starship problems. The engines took them out. They could no longer maintain interdimensional flight. So that's why out of nowhere, all of a sudden it appeared. That's happened in a lot of other videos that happened, especially around Australia, where the NASA actually said, hey, there was nothing to track until it appeared there. Well, that's because it was subdimensional. And then all of a sudden, when it comes into our dimension, when it comes out of the barrier, and it's in a third dimension, then it's visible to us. They have these sensors in the house here. Okay, they have for years. And with my, and I'm happy about it. Dan and I are good with it. Anyway, so let's watch this. Now, the name of the video is Meteor Does 180 degree turn in Hungary. Now watch this thing. Okay? Now all of a sudden, whoa, what's going on? You ever seen a meteor do that? Now let's watch it again when, come on, let's go. There it is, getting ready to land, and then boom, the video's cut short. That's the reason for that. Look at that. That's a blown up starship. At that point, there's 3 individuals in there. One driving, one of them in engineering, and one of them that is just walking past the med room, the med bay, whatever. So all 3 of them died. But when it first came in over here, you could see the part of one of the engines blow off. Watch there, boom. Meteors don't do that, folks. Okay. There's a Drock recovery ship. It's not the recovery attack ship. It's just the recovery ship, and it's literally just cut a underground lab out of the ground. And then it's got a special device that they put it in. There's a device that grabs it and holds it. They cut everything out, the cement and everything. They use energy fields to hold it together. Then they put this, they literally beam this device down in there. It's almost, it looks like fingers of a hand to grab it, and then there's an energy field in there that maintains its cohesion. Now, they take it and pull it into the ship, into the recovery ship. It takes a lot of power. The device that holds this thing together is incredibly heavy. And then what it's pulled out is part of an underground lab. It's got concrete and everything else in there. They were getting ready to release, the people in there were getting ready to release, or at least talking about it, threatening to, an alien virus. And that was taken care of immediately. Anyway, NET virus, whatever. Let's go ahead and get going. This is again Secure Team 10. Okay, now here's something being pulled up into a weird cloud. And then it goes through the cloud and goes into this big cloud. See how weird that is? Now, let's do something else. Let's stop this just for a minute, if I can do this right. When the Drock recovery ship is sucking this thing up with its tractor beam, it goes through that big circle, and then it goes up here towards the alluring mothership. Excuse me, that Drock recovery ship has got it's like a reverse force beam, reverse tractor beam. It forces this huge thing up, into the Illyrian ship, while the Illyrian ship has a tractor beam on it. This Illyrian ship, as huge and strong as it is, cannot handle that kind of weight. It's too much. So this Drakh energy beam, as it's pushing it up with the Illyrian ship pulling it in. Remember, this Illyrian ship is like big as a city, if not bigger. It depends on what city, right? So anyway, it's pushing it up. You'll see the energy twisted because it's pushing so hard, and then right when it gets near the top to make sure it goes in, the Drakh ship increases the power of its the power of its beam to push it through. You'll see the whole bottom of this thing light up to make sure it goes into the Illyrian ship without a problem. And then as soon as they get it right up to it, and they know with their instrumentation, the Illyrian ship has a good grasp of it, then all of a sudden they let loose of the power. And you'll see this bottom lit up with a squiggly tail in there where you can see the power building up to push it up. And then as soon as it's getting into the clouds, it's okay. You'll see all that power just fall away. Okay, now watch. Here we go. See right here. Look how that power, look, it's pushing it. Now watch. It's getting, now look. Wham. Look at all that power. Look at all that energy. It's pushing. It lights up hard. This device is heavy. Real hard. And then all of a sudden, watch. It's up there. They know the Illyrian ship has it, so what happens? It goes away. Their help isn't needed. They let loose. Here it goes again. This device is what held it together. It's inside here. Would have been nice if we could have seen that, but whatever. And this is, Tyler was doing this for people to know something about who did what, where it came from. Okay, let's see it again. That's where it gets sucked up. That's where it gets pushed up. See the beam? And then all of a sudden, boom, you can see more hit it, and wham! To get it up into this huge Illyrian ship. When you see things using your metabilities, your metaphysical abilities, and then you can also, it makes sense with your eye, it's easier for you to understand this stuff. I'm a little different. I see this stuff. I just see it. I understand it. I talk to these people. It's so frustrating that the way things are set up right now, people, excuse me, are made not to trust themselves, their abilities, the people who have real strong heart energy that could be so helpful. So many of them have been beat up so hard in their life that, you know, just to make them timid so they couldn't use the heart energy. I've written books on that, the Creation series, book 1 and 2, and book number 3. Deanna's proofreading it right now, and then it's going to be edited. I expect this body to be dead before it ever comes out, but that's okay. Doesn't matter. I'm down to days now, not weeks, so at least. If I saw the end of March, I'd be real upset that something else is causing issues. Anyway, I gotta go. I got stuff to do. I work for y'all, believe it or not. And there we go. Boom. See? I can tell you, I can show you, I can help you become yourself. I don't do consults or anything anymore. I'm dying. I need to be left alone. Okay, now this one. I had done a video on this a long time ago, but we're going to cover it real short and real quick right here. This is another video that's in, I don't know how many different people have put it up there. There was a gentleman that was driving through Michoacan, I think you pronounce it, in Mexico, in the country of Mexico. And as he was driving along, he just saw this thing in the sky and he said, "Holy mackerel." Now, before I explain exactly, I'm going to tell you what it is first off. Okay, this is a Drakh ship. Drakh, D-R-A-C-H-K. It's a Drakh recovery / attack ship. Okay, now, this ring over here, you can see through it. You can actually see through it. So this is backwards to the way a cloud should normally be. This upper part is thicker, and the bottom part is lighter. Yet there's a weird color to it. There's this like orange hue in there. Now, this part over here, this is a large ship. This part over here it's got like living quarters. They make their own, have their own armaments and stuff in it. They actually produce some things, make them. But anyway, This is used, and you'll see this in another video. These things with a hole in it, the ship itself is like this. There's different, I don't know what you want to call it, energy emitting devices. There's one here, one there, one there, one there. They're spread out along the circle, and there's a ring. And the ring goes round and round and round like that, and these beams, the energy beams come out of it, can literally cut into the ground, cut through concrete, cut through anything it wants. Okay? And then inside here, there's also other devices. It forms a tractor beam. That's the strongest tractor beam there is in all creation, in all the third dimension, which is where the physical stuff happens. So you'll see that in just a minute. Now, having said that, said all this, the actual material here, they're showing themselves in full view, but it's not time till the end of the year for people to really start seeing the actual ships without the cloud cover. That'll be happening at the end of this year. Exactly when, I don't know. It's up to them. It's still an open book in the timeline. But November, December is when you're going to start seeing them. Okay, now, there's little orbs. You're going to see this in another video. That actually come out sometimes and go around, look around just to check on things. They want to check the cloud cover. Okay, there's no one on the ground. They have their instrumentation up here. They see what they're doing, but they need to send a little probe out that'll run around and take a look at things. Usually they're unmanned. Sometimes they have 1 or 2 people in it. There's usually one human-sized adult is the max that can fit in there. Okay, now let's go ahead. Now look, see right here? There's an orb. Now watch it move around. Okay, it comes out, looks around, then it's hanging around there. Now watch it again. See, there it is. Okay, what's going on? So you can say, okay, that's someone with a flashlight. Yeah, I don't think so, okay? Let me get it to that point where we can see it again. Or am I past it? Let's see. There. I went past it. I still did it. All right, there it is. There's one spot where it is, and then you see it again. Right there. This is it follows a somewhat similar path, but not exactly the same. Folks, this cloud is so big and it's so far up in the sky. Even if you took one of those little red laser lights, as they call them, you shine it up in that cloud, you're not going to see it. Besides, the cloud would have to be, if you're going to see something, light emitting off of a cloud, that cloud is going to have a lot of water in it to reflect the light. And this is backwards. The water would be up here. But this part over here is what most of the people are seeing as they go over it, so they want them to see the wider cloud. Okay, this is literally reading, using it's a little sensor, or well, it's not little, but it's a strong sensor orb that's picking up information of their it's camouflage, but not the best in the world. They're not doing this to be totally hidden. That's obvious, but they're just breaking everyone into the short, just slowly. Okay, now over here later, you're going to see a light up. That's another orb checking the density inside there. Let's just play this through, and it's hard to find that other little light. I'm half blind, so it's hard for me to say. It happened already. Well, there it goes again. And there it is, up and down, hanging around. That other light's over there, inside it somewhere. Anyway. It's hard for me to see it like this. But that's a Drak recovery / attack ship. These things put out, they send off fire from all over the place. Very powerful. There, up there it was. It's very small. There's again, right there it was. Anyway, if you look at Michoacan, Mexico UFO, go to YouTube and UFO Michoacan, Mexico UFO, or UFO Michoacan, Mexico. Then you'll see this played in its entirety. All I did is grab excerpts here and there. But that's what they're doing, is checking the cloud cover. This was made to happen by the other side, just enough to let people start getting, the idea that, okay, that's not normal. You have to start somewhere. I know it'd be fun for me and some other people, but you don't just walk into a grocery store and see some reptilian and insectoid type people getting something, buying something and going out the door saying, hey, how you doing? Okay, again, we're talking about section 51. I think it's section 51 2.0. Get some more here real quick. Okay. This is in the North Sea, November 2016. UFO and light orb filmed by Danish fishermen. This is a large fishing vehicle that's out, commercial fishing vehicle that's out in the North Sea. Excuse me. And they happen to be witness to something. Now, again, with the Drak attack recovery ship, where that circle was, I showed you where that little orb would come out and check it, and then it did again in a similar pattern, but not quite the same. And then over here, you saw one light up actually twice, but it's hard enough to see once. And then hopefully y'all's eyes are better than mine anyway. But those little orbs were just checking. They're taking readings on the cover that they had on the vehicle. Now, what you're going to see is similar but different. Here we go. But that's pretty big. Okay, pause it for a minute. They thought this is a UFO or something. They didn't know, and then here's an orb. If you take the time and relax and look at this orb and feel into it, you're going to find out there's one person in there, and it has room for one full human adult and two smaller, like two children or two smaller people from other planets. But this has someone manned in it. Now, up here again, you can't see it in this video, okay, too well. You'll see it half decent later. But there's another, this is a huge Allurian ship that's up here, huge. This is a device they have that they can form almost at will to take samples. Okay, it comes from this ocean. They took a sample of the ocean, and they went down pretty low. There's some sediment down here. This looks darker, partially because of the sediment, but also because of the lighting and everything else, okay? The closer, the light being emitted is up here, so this is normally going to be a little lighter. This should be darker, but there is actual physical sediment in there. Again, this is a sample of ocean water and, some of the sediment, to check it for pollutants. The Allurian are here to help save the planet. They're here to help heal it. They're here to take over, showing us how to grow food that we're going to put in food processors, protein synthesizers, food replicators. Okay, now, before we get started, I want to show you something else here too. See this right here? Later on I'm going to show you, this is not a wave. Okay, you can say, well, it's a shadow. No, you're going to see it's more than a shadow. It's actually water that's moved up, that's moving upwards towards this, holding chamber through this basket of water in a strange crystallic shape. They have this attractor beam from up here and this huge Allurian ship. It goes down over here, and then it starts to pull where it comes down. It comes out around the whole thing, but down here, where it focuses on it, is pulling up, and it has an effect of pulling up whatever's near it. There's a tail end of the energy. It's it's strong right around here, but it's already lifting away from here. Now, you're going to see this orb here, which is going to, in the video, you'll see it go, it goes around behind this thing, then comes up here and goes a little higher. And then once it does that, and then starts to move away to go back into this huge ship, you're going to find that all of a sudden this moves faster going up into the mothership. It'll look like it's going through the clouds, but it's not. Here, let's follow this now. And I want to show you, there's other stuff going on down here where another submerged UFO makes you run at the ship to look at it, not to do anything. I'll show you, watch. Okay. Here's our little orb, buddy. Right now it's taking readings. It's reading it. And they don't want to take up any animals in there either. They're taking a basic reading of what they're pulling out of the water, but making sure there's no life in there. A dolphin, sea turtle, anything. Of course, don't think you'd find them around there. But you're seeing, there it goes. It's going behind it. Now it's going around. It's going up. The whole time that this thing's moving upwards to the ship. But now it's a little slower, it's reading it. He said, well, okay, we're good to go. So now it starts going up in the ship. In the meantime, the big thing, see, it picks up speed, boom. It's picking up speed, being pulled in. It's not moving itself, it's being moved. But the guy here says, all right, we're good to go. Go ahead and pull it up. So they pull it up faster. This is a huge alluring ship up there. They are bigger than cities. There it is. He's going around the back of it. And then it goes back up. So it's opening in the cloud where tractor beams pulling it in. They have another name for it. Don't know. Now, there's one other thing I want to show you on that. Okay, now this at this point is being pulled up. Look at this. There is a small USO, unidentified submerged object. It's just the folks. This is a small ship that's under the ground that was watching everything happen, and then watched the sample leave, and then it joins them later. Now let me get back just a little bit where you can see this forms, and it moves right towards the ship. Oops, let's see. It's gone there. Okay, let's go. There you go. Now see, you see where there's interaction here where it's being pulled up? Some people say it's shadow. Well, whatever you want to say, that's fine. It's not. Okay, this one goes up. Now, watch. Now there, watch this thing. Look at it. It's coming right towards the ship. That's not a part of a wave. It's independent, moving on its own. And then it got closer and eventually, whoops, and eventually stops. That's where it's disrupted going up. It was hard to get all this and let that go up. I don't know how to slow it down enough to show you this better, but I do what I can. The thing is, if you watch the video yourself, YouTube has a way to slow everything down. You can see it yourself. There's other stuff going on in the water. Let's leave that alone for now. Okay, see, now it goes away, and now the USO, unidentified submerged object, is coming right to the ship. Right, and it gets a little bit closer. You can see it in the video when you watch the whole thing, and then it goes down. It just kind of goes away, and then later on it takes off. And these smaller, just like the little sensor orbs, these little ships can go interdimensional. They could be under the ground and literally go interdimensional and then go back and wind up in a ship and come back out into the third dimension. Now, As you awaken your abilities, it's amazing what you can see. And the hardest part when you start seeing it is learning how to trust yourself. Now, this is a real neat video. I'm going to show you some neat stuff on this. This happened in Stuttgart. Oh heck, I can't remember when it was. If you go to YouTube and Google UFO attacks truck, UFO attacks truck in Germany, you're going to get this video. This truck here seems like a normal plane truck. It's not. It's made to carry special equipment. Now, you see how the line is, how the lane is. Look at the writing. The first thing I want you to see is this writing right here. And this is PNC Breaking News. I think it's Thor Odyssey. Somebody has one of the people that copied this. A lot of people copied it. So many people copied it, and I couldn't find who did it firsthand. And I don't know how to do that stuff. So I knew it was okay to put it out there. Now, you're going to see this truck, you're going to see a beam of light hit it, and the truck's going to get picked up and moved to the side, okay? Let me show you that first, just so you get that part of it. Boom. Look at that. Okay, now, let's go back again. Now this, we're going to show you this a few more times, but this, just look at these letters. This is on the camera. This is what? CCTV, closed circuit television. This is a highway camera. Okay, now just watch the letters. We're going to do it a few times. Right now, just watch those letters. See what happens. All right, do you see how the letters went to hell right there? Here go the letters. Watch the letters. Wham! That happened right before this beam of light came out. It's more condensed and just located energy. But still it messed up the information on the camera. Okay, let's go again. Here we go. Look at it get picked up. Look at that. That truck's being turned sideways. A lot of people said, oh, it's faked in it. Yeah, no, they're confused. Or misleading on purpose, and that's where it almost rolled over, but it didn't. Now I want to show you something right here, if I can go back without, okay, right there. Now, the truck is already moving in the air, okay, because it hit the truck, and it had to locate something on the inside of this truck. The truck, boom, falls over. Oh, okay, now I want to show you something. Wait a minute. I can't click it on and off fast enough. This thing is empty. I'm going to try to catch it with the lights on it. Okay. It's empty. They're like, and you see how the bed goes down? It's made to put vehicles in there? Okay, let's go. Watch it again. Watch the truck get picked up. There's the flash that distorts everything, and boom, it's slammed down. It looks like it was slammed down on the side, actually. All right, now, this is a picture of two different things, all related to the same event. This right here looks like a square cube of some sort. People were wondering, is that what did this? No, this was done by a small ship. As a matter of fact, if you look at this, okay, that's where the light emitter was. To show the ship, the ship, and you notice it was cut there in both videos. Anyway, before it ever, got fully released, but it's also, they were there at that distance for a reason. All right, now we have this weird-looking block thing. Okay, now what happened, this is the, they give the name of the tunnel here in a minute. Boom, something goes by, you can't hardly even see it. You can't see that clearly whatsoever. And right there, they're saying they wonder if that car that went through there was related to this. Well, yeah, it was. It used to be in the truck, and there it was being pulled out of the truck. Okay, now let's get back. Okay, this is what I want to show you right here. You can see this car really well. really well. You can see this car really well. Why? They're both solidly in the third dimension. Now watch when that cube goes by, tracking the other car. Okay, you can see that a little bit. You can see it, there's something there, but you can't see it as well. And then here comes, and it's not flying fast. I'll show you that in a minute. Here's the sensor going after it, following it, the cubicle. Right now here, they're going to show it again. That might be about all we have in there. I had to cut everything way short just to get everything in there. Again, here's the car. Here's the cube. I cut that down. I changed the size of the picture so that it'd be bigger, but it's a little, that makes it more blurry. You lose a little bit of resolution, or I believe that's what you call it anyway. So what was going on? Well, that was a good picture right there. There. That's how clearly you can see those cars. Now the other car went quicker than them. It wasn't that much quicker. These cars, you can see them very clearly. Okay? The other one went a little faster, but not so fast to be blurred that much. Anyway, the reason why is the car that was going through here, the special car that was going through here, was already going interdimensional. And it can maintain a partial interdimensionality as it wants. I've tried to explain that in a few videos about surgery that's done from ships. Okay, now let's go. So you see how good. See, that guy goes faster, but you should still have been able to see the car better. Now here's the truck. The truck is picked up. This car right there is already, brought up there. They can take a car or anything, a person, and literally put them they make them interdimensional, and that's how they move right through material because they're interdimensional. So there's that. The car's taken. There's the vehicle it was in when they got it upright again. But anyway, there's nothing in there. If you listen to this video, the one that's longer. They talk about a silver fluid that was in there. There's a silver and a black fluid that were in there. The black one is an oil. It's similar. The silver one has to do with the operation of the equipment within it to make it go interdimensional. The ship that you saw up here was a larger that was taking it here. Let's go right to it. I'll stop it when we get there. Oh, no, I won't. All right, there. The ship that was up here doing this, that's a modified version of like those tier 3s or 4s, okay? And there's a few different governments that were involved in here. I'm not going to break everything down like I did in a previous video. I am going to get past the blurry though. Okay. And they were literally trying to get this car back. There's good people here on the planet, and there were other people from other countries, basically two other countries that were involved, helping our friends from other planets and taking this vehicle back. They were taking this vehicle back away from them. And so this is, the people in the truck were taking the vehicle away from the people who shouldn't have had it. And these people up here are the ones that stole it from the first, and stole it in the first place. So then they tried to take it back, and they did. And then it was again beamed out of their ship, and then set down. And then it was the next week when a sensor actually found the vehicle again, and then chased it through the tunnel. So, I mean, that car's going through faster, but you should still be able to see more of it. That's how they catch speeders on the highway, okay? So, anyway, that's that. Now the next one coming is important too. You'll get a kick out of this next one. Alright, now here's another one. This is from UFO at section 51. The channel over here to the right. July 2016, Russia, Kursk area. This is a Russian military pilot. Case one in one of their jets, and he's, pretty far up in the atmosphere. He's way above the clouds, and he's cruising around. And his camera catches exactly this. Watch. I left the volume on there so you could hear it. Okay, I should have been shutting up. I left the volume on this so you could hear that there's people talking almost right away, and then you can hear the sound, and then I cut out a long section where there's a delay, and then I went ahead and went right back into the video to watch it. Now here you can hear them talking with someone on land or somebody somewhere with his radio. You can hear the sound. There's a point where you can hear wind will go by the plane and actually change the sound. You can hear it. Now, when something else happens, notice that you hear the same thing, but it's stronger. Here you go. Let's get in it. All right, you could hear it a little bit as it went by, as the two ships went by, you could hear a little bit of a disturbance. Now, something else I want you to watch. When the first UFO, they're Sapoian ships. There's one Sapoian in each ship. There's room for, a few more. When it comes by, as soon as it comes in here, there's an energy field in front of it. It's almost like when a car runs on a racetrack and it's going down a racetrack, there's a strong buildup of air in front of it where the first car is pushing the air, and the second one will get close trying to tailgate it so that it can, doesn't have to work so hard because the hard wind's already broken. Now, with anti-gravity devices, it's not the same thing, but it's very similar. There's an energy wave that goes in front of it because these things are literally disrupting gravity. That's why they can fly. So as they do so, they're messing with the atmosphere, they're messing with all kinds of stuff. So that's why the camera, what it was watching and seeing, it goes blurry. And then the one behind it, it takes a little while, it goes by, wait a second, and then it has the same effect, but not as strong. Why? It's the gravity field in front that's breaking everything. Now here, with that in mind, watch this. Okay, see how that happened? Boom, right away the first one comes in, it's all broken up digital signal. So, here you go. There's the first one. Watch, here you go. Boom, it's breaking up everything. Then the second one goes by. Come on, everybody. This is very slow-mo. Look at that. Take a second. Look at that ship. Folks, that is a starship. That is a Sapoian ship. They love the circular thing. Okay? When they need to fire or do anything like that, they have equipment over here. Anyway, so let's keep going. So now it's gone. Now, I don't know if you're going to see the distortion. No, you don't see it go by that time. That is a Sapoian vessel. One person can drive it sometimes. Usually maybe 3 to 7 people in there. You've seen this in a couple of my other videos. Now, I went to Home Depot to get something, and it was already dusk. You can see that the lights are on here, and the sky was getting darker, a darker cloud on the bottom. It's relative to there being more dense humidity inside that cloud. When pilots fly through them, that's when they hit more rain. They get more rain on the windshield. But the main body of this cloud is white. Okay, now, like over here, it's really white. As you watch the video, it looks like it's been lit up on the inside, like there's a light bulb continually on. But what's really happening is this material here, this looks like a cloud. It's actually got a strong color and extremely reflective of any light. Also, there's a little something going on here. Let's get started. That noise, this is Home Depot. You're hearing, they had a street sweeper out. You see the lights flashing on the inside of this cloud? And then down here too? Those little lines you see flying everywhere, that's just bugs going by. Now, this is when it got darker. I took the same picture when I came out of Home Depot. You can see it's darker outside. Look how dark it is, yet this cloud is lit up like it's a soft light bulb with little shots of energy coming in and out of it. It's not lightning, but it's almost like lightning. It's a light emitting discharge of energy. But see how it happened? And there was one good hard flash. It's almost like these little strobe lights, or little lights just being turned on and off real quick. Some flashing. This is not a natural phenomenon. Okay, people can say what they want. I don't care. I see ships inside there. There's 3 ships in there that are 3 decent sized ships, and then there's some small ones. And it's the ship that's maintaining that white cloud is actually another material. You notice this other cloud itself is a little darker if it's got moisture in it. Well, you'd have more of it here. It's nighttime. Lights are on bright. This is pretty dark. So what's with this cloud? Looks like it's a fluffy light bulb. And then the flash is going on inside. This is not a natural phenomenon. There were people in there in ships, and I can see them, but and some other people can too. As a matter of fact, somebody else was watching it, called me up and brought it up, which I was already looking at it. Okay, now this is something that happened. It's real. It happened in 2016. Okay, now UFO near as water gets sucked up in the clouds above. Now, the UFO they're talking about is not a UFO. It's a container that has a water sample in it, and it rotates to keep it mixed up when it's in gravity, and you'll see it come here and get sent through here, and it leaves the area where the guy was taking a picture, but it's going to another big cloud down the road where there's another huge ship. And then it goes up into that ship where they take samples. That big cylinder you're going to see with water in it was going to a total of 5 different ships. This is inside this huge cloud. There's a ship that's just hanging out in there, and they can use their energy to actually bend it in the tube shape about any way they want, and then they're sucking water up into the cloud. They use it. These ships are big. They're like cities. Okay, see that? And it goes right up. It goes into the ship here, and it disappears. Or it looks like a cloud, but it's not. See how the water comes, breaks, and everything? And anyone thinks that a tornado goes at that angle like that and maintains it is incorrect. There's a boat down there. Would have loved to have been him. There you go. There's another picture of it. So you'll always have somebody saying something here, something there, but that's why I put timestamps on my videos so people can see for themselves when something happened, because it's not too long from now you're going to find out. And I don't get anything from it except for you get something from it to tell you that, okay, that's Jay knew some stuff, and if he sees this stuff, knows it, then It's worth buying the book so we can understand it. Now there goes our little supposed UFO. Here it goes again. Watch. Oh, Tyler's so cool, man. He's going to break this down, and you know he does the best with what he has, folks. People can't see this just the way I do. And this, I'm no better than nothing else. No better than an empty tin can. It's just what I am, and that's why I had to come in the body one more time. Take care of things on the other side and give you some good information. What they just showed you was something important too, that I had my hand off the mouse. A cloud where it looked like it was open a little bit had a device in there that is relative to the ship, but whatever. I can take a video like this, stop it, take a picture of the freeze it, and pause it, look at the ship and tell you what different people are doing in different areas at the time. You all have incredible abilities you haven't used yet, and honestly it's time. You don't have to, but why not? The more data you can consume, the greater the depth and accuracy of your understandings. And the more understandings you are, plus the stronger they are, the greater your wisdom. That means you give yourself a better life. Folks, somebody tried to tell me that's a tornado, and I'm I don't know, I want to laugh, but I'll be sad. And there goes your water sample to 4 other ships. See, look at that water being sucked out. That's where they just about finished getting the water. So our sample ship seems to be busy. It's all the same one trip to go by, but yeah, oh, I wish I would have stayed down there. There's water coming up. That mist that you see is part of the energy field where it's sucking it up. And if you watch that video in Secure Team 10, you're going to find out that you can see where the thing was rotating. It's to maintain the water. There it is. You can see it right there. To maintain the solid particles within the water and the composition of the water itself to be turned to be evenly dispersed. So there you go, folks. That's sorry, it's not a tornado. And there is a large ship up in there.